is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind. So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
Hello there. Hello. Hello. Welcome to another live stream here with Floodnoob. Hope you guys are doing well. Just trying to fix this glitch with the mouse now. Oh, good lord. Okay, got it. All right. Hope everyone is doing well. Today we've got a little bit of a trek across New Zealand South Island. We're just gonna cross it more or less laterally. New Zealand being one of my favorite places in the entire world to fly in, because it's absolutely gorgeous. Has some of the most challenging terrains and landings and all that stuff, and it's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. So yeah, we're going to be flying from Dunedin in New Zealand. We're going to head on over to Queenstown. From Queenstown we're going to head on over to Milford Sound. All right, from Dunedin to Queenstown, from Queenstown to Milford Sound in New Zealand. And to fly from Dunedin all the way over to Queenstown, we're going to be using the Inibuilds A320 Neo V2 in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. As you can see, we're sporting the Air New Zealand livery in this beautiful, quaint little airport that I picked up for about $7 of the marketplace. It isn't too terrible at all. It's got some really good fencing and very good ground markings, and apparently there's some cows that pop up in the pastures or something like that nearby the airport. So that's fun, but right now I'm not seeing any cows or anything like that. We're flying live weather, but I'm not flying real time at the moment. We could switch to real time. All right, why not? Let's just fly everything real time. Why the hell not? Let's do live. There we go. That's much better. That's much better. Okay. It's more. There we go. All right. Fantastic. So here we are in Dunedin, New Zealand. We got another Air New Zealand next to us that seems like an A319. It seems like a smaller aircraft. Yeah, it might be an A319, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a beautiful airport, nothing too bad. We'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it right now. Let's just go into drone mode. There we are. Let's take a look around Dunedin Airport. Got some 3D modeled passengers. They're not animated, but this is plenty good for $7, I would say. As long as from the outside it looks lively, we're good. Might just be another A320. No, I think it's an A319. Je ne sais pas. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, so yeah, we have got the airport here, and it's not too bad. Welcome to Dunedin. Got all of that. It's not too terrible. Got the control tower. Got the other side of the airport, which is also modeled, by the way. Excuse that. Excuse me. All right, we got the other side of the air side of the airport modeled as well. Got some billboards and advertisements there. Super Shuttle Passenger Transport System, Dunedin. Okay. All right, not too terrible at all. We've got a modeled hangar here. We've got a Cessna CJ4, CJ3, I don't know what it is, but it is a Cessna. Looks like a CJ3. Got a 152. A 152, right? That's a 152. Yeah, it is a 152. Got a couple of hangars there as well. Now, I did see cows. I don't know where to find them, though. There's supposed to be some cows around here. Ah! There they are. In the pasture. It's funny that there's cows right here. Isn't this part of the equipment? Oh, no, it's not. It's just... Okay, never mind. But yeah, we've got a bunch of cows here. This is part of the airport scenery, actually, not part of MSFS. As you can tell, they're not animated, but you know, still nice to have some of these cows standing around. They don't look too terrible. We got some hay here, I guess. So it's not too bad at all. Okay, it's a lovely little spot in New Zealand. Lovely little spot in New Zealand. Anyway, beautiful country. Let's go ahead and talk about where we're going today. Today we're going to fly into Queenstown, and the main reason for that, if you have ever been a viewer of my channel, is that, you know, I love flying into Queenstown. It's such a challenging approach and a really fun landing to do. I can never get enough of it. So I'm going to go ahead and fly into Queenstown today. You know, beautiful little A320 by Inibuilds. I still haven't managed to get my hands on the one by Phoenix. Yeah, that's pretty expensive for me at the moment. But if I'm going to grab it, I'm going to grab the entire package. So that's like, I don't know, 90 pounds or something. So yeah, let's see what we can do here. We're in the aircraft. Without further delay, let's get started up because there's nobody in the chats that I can see. Let's go ahead and get it started up. So let me discuss the route for today quickly on little nav map right here. So we are at Dunedin and we're going to take off from runway 03. We're going to perform this little loop departure out of here into Queenstown. As you can tell, it's a very short little hop. It's not going to take us long at all, 30 minutes probably. And in we go to runway 05 using the RNAV approach. Okay. Now the thing to remember is I do have some issues with this flight plan. One of these waypoints, like Duke's, doesn't really work. I don't know what's wrong with that. And I have to reprogram this waypoint for it to work, IVTOP. So that's something that I have an issue with, but it's not too bad. We can fix it up manually once we program it into the FMC. Okay, so that's our route for today, at least our first flight. After this, we're going to take off from Queenstown. We're going to head on somewhere around here. That's where Milford Sound is. And we'll see what we can do from there. All right? Brilliant. Great. I'm just going to go ahead and shut this off. I'm going to go and have some head tracking going on, just to give it a little bit more of a realistic feel here. I'm not going to use the head tracking to move around the cockpit. I'm just using it to give us a bit more realism, more of a cinematic attaché of some sort. All right, let's go down here to the tablet first. Let's see if our sim brief is in order. And yes, it is. Now, you'll never get the weather for NZDN for some reason. So I'm just going to use a rough estimate based on the region. And I'm also going to go, for the wind data, I'm just going to use a little nav map as a matter of fact. All right. Fantastic. Let's go to our ground here. Loading config, please. Let's turn on a bit of a cabin light there. We got GPU running. That is fine. Payload. Oh. Somebody is now following. Previous to. Thank you for the follow, man. Nah, I'm not interested, mate. Thank you, though. Thank you, though. Prefer to grow my my stream organically, you know. So yeah, thanks for the offer, but I'm gonna pass on that. Thank you for the follow, though. I appreciate the follow. Anyway, so let's try and get our payload from SimBrief here. There we go. That is perfectly fine. Brilliant. I'm not going to use GSX today. Or should I try to use GSX today? You know what? Let me try to use GSX. Request card aim. Request boarding. Swissport. Okay. Let's see if that works for us. We're supposed to have some stairs here, which haven't showed up. Okay. Boarding requested, but nothing's happening. That's all right. I'm not really bothered about that. Apply the load instantly, please. Thank you very much. Let's do that again. Okay, brilliant. Now, if we come to takeoff, we see that we need some wind information and things like that. Now, we don't have them. So what I'm going to do is, out of the little nav map, we have 239 9 knots. I'm going to put that in. 239 9 knots. Outside air temperature, we're going to go with a rough estimate that is going to be around 15 degrees Celsius. I'm going to go with 15. Altimeter, I'm going to go with 1004. I'm going to count, the weight. Live gross weight at 64,779 at the moment. Estimated takeoff weight, what is that? Estimated takeoff weight at 64,549. 64,549, that is 64.5. Calculate. I'm going to send all that data to the FMGS. Okay, things are happening. I don't know what's happening, but things are happening. I don't know what the hell GSX is doing, but I'm just gonna restart the entire thing if GSX acts up too much. So we got all of that set. Let's now go ahead and... Why is that? What? Okay, I'm just gonna cancel GSX. I am just going to restart the entire thing and just gonna cancel GSX. GSX is being extremely annoying right now. Anyway, I'm just going to start up the aircraft. There we go. We can put that on. We can put that on. We can put that on there. Put that on there. And we can do that. Okay. There's the voice recorder. Don't see a control for voice recorder here. There we go. That's on. Brilliant. All of that is done, and we can go down to our FMC here, or FMGC. Let's go ahead and get this done. Init request. There we go. Let's move on. Let's make sure that the stuff here is applied correctly. Apparently it is. Okay, that is wrong. That is completely wrong. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but that is wrong. There we go. That's more like it. That's more like it. 2340, 64, 0 fuel weight, 60. Yeah, that is more like it. 28.5. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Brilliant. Got that information correct there. Okay. Cruise level 240. Is that right? Is that what we're doing today? Yes, it is. Okay, brilliant. That is brilliant. Let me go to the flight plan. NZDN. What are we using out of NZDN? Departure. Runway 03. Using BASO 4P. Insert that. Thank you very much. Let's go down to NZQN. We're going arrival. We're using RNAV F05. Okay. That is what we're using. We're using Sung 4 Alpha. Insert that. Go to flight plan. Okay, we seem to have the correct, we seem to have the correct flight plan. Okay, all right, no issues today. No issues today for some reason. We seem to have the correct flight plan there. That's brilliant. Let's actually double check that information. Look at this thing. Look at this thing giving me a little bit of issue there. Comes to frame rate, but that's okay. Oh yeah, we're still waiting for this thing to align in a minute. I need to change that from the options. We have it on fast. That's good enough. Okay. Just gonna let that alignment finish, and then we're gonna check out our flight plan. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Let's see if we can get... Why is stairs disabled? Didn't ask you to disable stairs. GSX settings. Why are stairs disabled? Yeah, that's if there's a jetway, but there is no jetway, so technically be here, but I don't know, man. It's all good. It's all good. There we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at our flight plan. Yeah, this is exactly what I want. That's fantastic. Seems like, excuse me, we don't have an issue. Alrighty. Alrighty, that is not too bad at all. Okay. Okay, that is correct. This is exactly the approach that we're flying. Fantastic. We can continue here with our FMGC setup. Now we're going to assume that passengers have started boarding. Yeah, we're going to assume that passengers have started boarding. So let me go ahead and get this started up for us. Gonna leave these two pumps running here. Start up the APU there. APU bleed can be left on here as well. Okay, fantastic. Let's go to our performance here. Flaps, THS, temperature, and all of that stuff. Let's go to that. We've got 0.7 up. Okay, flaps 1, I believe, right? Yeah, we're doing flaps 1. We're supposed to do flaps 1. Config 1 plus F. Okay. 0.7 up, 28.5, 58. Okay, flex temperature 58. Flaps 1, 0.7 up. There we go. We're not doing any of that. Transition altitude is correct. 116. 116. 134. Confirm takeoff data. Next phase. Cost index of 47 is what we're using as a cost index for today. That's fine. I'm not really bothered about all of that. Descent cabin rate. Next phase. QNH here is going to be... What is the QNH in Queenstown at the moment? It is... There we go. Barrow, RNAV, full. Next phase, VLS at 128, 133. That is all fine. Let's go down here. We're pretty much done here with the FMC. Great news. Am I tired of streaming to 0 viewers? No. I'm not. Okay. There we go. APU bleed is on. That's fantastic. We're pretty much ready to get on out of here. I'm just gonna go ahead and request prepare for pushback and departure. Set the altimeter here. There we go. That's done. FD on both sides. 24,000 feet as our cruising altitude, which is fairly high today. I don't know why we're going 24,000 feet. We're just going into Queenstown. Shouldn't be that high, but here we are. Auto brake on max. Oh yeah, we can't do that just yet. We come down here. 0.7 up is what we need. So still, yeah, we can't do that just yet. Okay. Why isn't GSX working now? Oh, right, we're waiting for GPU. So let's get rid of the GPU there. Ground, toggle the GPU. We don't need it no more. We don't need it no more, sir. Swissport. Okay, there we go. We got our doors have closed up. We've got pushback getting attached. Great. I'm gonna fly using the Xbox controller here for today. I'm feeling a little bit lazy to pop out the the joystick and the throttle at the moment. It's not going to affect your viewing pleasure. Got a bit of your stream on break. Jessica, thank you for the follow, but got a bit of your stream on break. I really enjoyed the vibe and all the supporting creators on the rise. If you're down to connect and grow even more, hit me up on Discord. What is it with people and asking me to hit me up on Discord, man? What is this? I don't understand. Don't understand. I can't tell if these are bots or just random people trying to scam people. I don't know. I don't know if these are actual viewers. I have no idea. I have no idea. It happens a lot on Twitch and Kick. It doesn't happen on YouTube. So I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate the follow if you're a real person. But yeah, man, I'm not doing the whole Discord thing. I don't use Discord. I'm sorry. Okay. Which way are we going? We're going tail nose to the left. Yeah, let's do that. Release parking brakes. Say no more, sir. We're gonna release that parking brake. Where the hell is it? There we go. Okay. Release parking brake. We're turning nose to the left. Yeah, okay, whatever. In either case, we're taking off from runway 03. All right, in either case, let me just go ahead and start up the engines here. So to do that, start. On. Why am I still hearing the ventilation? I forgot to turn on the pumps and the beacon lights there, my bad. But we're here now, it doesn't matter. Something wrong with the door here. It's gonna say close all. Thank you very much. Let's come back in here. Start up our next engine. Put down our flaps. Dunedin. Oh, mate, you might want to move from there. The engine's starting. All right, I don't think there are any real people in the chat at the moment. Yeah, there's nobody in the chat. Nobody in the chat. All right, great. Let me continue here. What are we looking at? Okie dokie. Let's set that to system 1 there. Weather, all weather, please. Thank you very much. We will leave the second one off there. And where the... Okay, let's arm that. Where on earth is the TCAS for this thing again? Isn't it somewhere here? Oh, good lord, I don't remember. Don't remember where the TCAS is for this. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. Okay, we want it on. We want it on. Altitude, that on there. Okay, so we'll leave it like this for the time being, and we'll turn it on right before we go to takeoff. So we'll leave it on standby for the moment. Everything else is looking good for us, pretty much, right? Yeah, I think so. Just need to release the brake. We're ready to roll on out of here. Brakes have been released. Taxi lights on. APU bleed is no longer necessary. APU is no longer necessary. Everything else up here looking good. Why aren't we rolling? There we go. Should get us rolling right there. Auto brake max. There we go. We need to put this on 0.7. What? Alright. There we go. 0.7 right there. Whoops. Okay. Cabin check. All that stuff done, hopefully. Takeoff configuration. Normal. Just waiting for TCAS. Ignition needs to come off. There we go. APU is still available to us. Okay, so we're gonna taxi down the runway. We're going to line up and get on out of here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. About to say goodbye to the beautiful Dunedin. Dunedin in New Zealand. Go down the side here. There you go. $10,004. 10000. Let's go to this thing here. Turn down the cabin lights, and yeah, we're pretty much ready to go. Let's have a look around. Okay, beautiful. Not too terrible. Not too terrible. Could be much worse in 2024, but we're doing okay. That runway is very interesting, isn't it? That runway is very interesting. Obviously, it's a custom scenery that we've installed, and I like that the runway is different. I hate the fact that runways look so similar in 2024 by default, but some kind of makes up for it. So our field of cows are over there. So, all right. Not too shabby. We're taxiing along quite brisk here. I know it's quite brisk. 22 knots. That's okay for me. I pump the brakes just a little bit there. Good. Good. Have I ever flown this aircraft, the A320 Neo by Inibuilds? I don't think I have. I've flown the A321. Don't think I've flown the A320 Neo. It isn't too bad. I don't know how it compares with the Phoenix, obviously, because I don't have the Phoenix. Need to get my hands on it, which I will. All right. Let's carry on, shall we? Okay, it's a rather abrupt and unnecessary amount of braking there, but gonna carry on. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Just lining up right here. Oh, beautiful. Okay, as we line up here, I'm going to go ahead and turn that there. Pump the brakes for just a second. Let's turn on our lights here. Let's turn on our strobe lights. Okay, we're ready to go. Fantastic. Without further delay, let's go ahead. What? There we go. Okay. Rotating. Gear up. Yeah. We are looking good. Looking good. Let's give it off to the autopilot. There we go. Goodbye to Dunedin. Quaint little airport in the middle of, okay, well, it's more on the east side of the South Island. Southeast side of the South Island of New Zealand, more or less. So say goodbye to Dunedin. We can put our flaps up here. It's a little too soon to put the flaps up, but there we go, nonetheless. We seem to be doing just fine. We can disarm the ground spoilers. There we go. Our landing lights can remain on for the time being. Everything else is looking just fine. Nose lights can go off though. There we go. Let's take a look at this. Okay, beautiful countryside of New Zealand. Textures are terrible in 2024. I always complain about it. I don't like the resolution of the ground textures. I hate it. I freaking hate it. I don't understand how they can go backwards from 2020, but I freaking hate it. Okay, look at that. Other side, we've got the ocean. Here we go, making our turn. Lovely. Brilliant. As we fly out of Dunedin. We're still on 5,000 feet. Still a long way to go. Dunedin's right there behind us. Beautiful country. New Zealand. I'm making that loop before turning back inland. Gonna fly out over the sea for a bit before we turn back around inland towards Queenstown. So that is what is happening at the moment. That is what is happening at the moment. Brilliant. Air New Zealand. Alright. I'm not gonna lie, man, after flying X-Plane, I miss X-Plane. I hate the way how the aircrafts feel in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I think it's the default aircrafts that mostly have that. I believe that most of the paid aircraft somewhat are much better. But X-Plane gives you another whole different feel, man. Can't deny it. 8,500 feet coming up. Check out this side of the window there. Dunedin right here. The airport of Dunedin right there. I don't know which direction the town is in, to be honest with you. There you go, beautiful. Beautiful. It's pretty nice. Okay, I'm pretty sure we've crossed 10,000 feet. There we are, 10,000 feet. So let's go ahead and turn those off. We can put these back down to automatic. And there we are. There's nothing else for us to do here pretty much. Transition altitude is 13,000 feet, so that's coming up real soon. But yeah, 250 knots. We need to keep an eye on this though. Top of descent is gonna come really quickly. Okay, that is something that we gotta keep an eye out for. So I'm just gonna increase the range here. Top of descent is gonna come really soon for us. Somewhere here, I believe, I don't know. But it's gonna come quick, so we gotta be careful for that. Gotta be careful about that. What am I saying? Okay, QNH there. Let's pull it down to standard. If I can figure out how this thing works. There we go. That's good. Brilliant. That leaves us with nothing to do except enjoying the scenery as we fly along. And let's do that in a nice little cinematic view here. Shall we do that, ladies and gentlemen? Let's do that as we turn into... back into the land. There we go. Let's check this out. Dunedin. All right. I'm gonna stop saying that. Love the wing flex, although I did have to apply the fix because the Inibuilds aircrafts come from by default in 2024. EM, hello there, mates. How you doing? Welcome to today's fun little trip across New Zealand. Flying to some of my favorite places to fly in the entire simulator. That is Queenstown. Then we're gonna go into Milford Sound in New Zealand. We just took off from Dunedin. Beautiful little airport in Microsoft Flight Sim. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Just to recap, and we're just enjoying the views as we cruise along here. Top of descent shouldn't be too far at all. It's a very short flight into Queenstown. From Queenstown to Milford Sound is also quite a short flight, but for that we are switching. We're switching to the Piston Duke. We're flying the factory Piston Duke from Queenstown to Milford Sound, so that's going to be pretty fun. That is going to be pretty fun. Alright, lovely stuff. Very sad, missed my last one, but now very much happy. Yeah, mate. It's always a pleasure to have you in the chat. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for turning the desolate landscape that is my stream chat into somewhat, lively. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. EM, I don't know if you caught that on my channel. I did a live stream or a video. I can't remember. Did I do a video or a live stream? It is a video, right? I can't tell. I bought 2 airports in Russia. The only 2 I could find. I bought Moscow, Sheremetyevo, and Sochi. I bought Sochi and Sheremetyevo in Moscow. If I'm saying that right, I don't even know. Beautiful airports, by the way. I bought them both, and those are the only ones available for Russia in Microsoft Flight Sim. If there were more, trust me, I'd have bought more, but those were the only ones I had. I spent what little money I had on those. I went on a little bit of an airport shopping spree, and I did do a flight out of there with an Aeroflot 777. I flew into Warsaw in Poland. It was pretty fun. I don't know if you've seen that one, but it's there on the channel. If I can find more Russian airports, I will do more Russian flying and stuff, because Aeroflot is one of my favorite liveries. It really is. So yeah, I love flying the 777 in Aeroflot, so that's something I'm looking forward to. It's also one of my biggest complaints that in Microsoft Flight Sim that you don't have the old Soviet jets. The Soviet era jets will add so much more fun to the simulator, give you something different to try, because they're so much more different than all the other aircrafts that we're used to. I really hope someone does some study level stuff. I mean, there's the Antonov there, but you know, the thing with the Antonov is it's so complex, and its flying model, it's not good. It doesn't fly right. So, you know, I hope someone does a study level, I don't know, like of a Tupolev or something like that. But yeah. EM says, what's your opinion about Piper Archer? Is that good aircraft and characteristics of cruising speed, altitude? Piper Archer is a great aircraft. The Piper Archer for MSFS is pretty good. If you ask me, let me just Google this really quick. I remember reading something about it. It's one of the aircrafts that I actually wanted. The Piper Archer. Okay, so the Piper Archer is a PA-28. PA-28 Piper Archer 2, it's there. Okay, and it is pretty nice. It is pretty nice. It's for sale by Coronado, and you can buy it. It's pretty good. As you know, almost all Coronado aircraft, they're good. You know what I mean? They're pretty good. They're pretty good. They are pretty good. It is a GA aircraft, so it doesn't have anything that's, you know, too strong in terms of performance, but it's a fun aircraft to fly. Okay. Pretty cool. Moscow Sheremetyevo will be a good to buy. It's a big international. Yeah, I just bought it. I just bought Sheremetyevo. That's what I was saying. I actually have a video on the channel. I don't remember whether it's a live stream. It must have been a live stream, but there's a video on the channel where I fly out of Sheremetyevo to Warsaw. It's a very nice airport. I like it. But the problem is there are only 2 airports for Russia that I can find. I went through the whole internet as far as I know. There's only 2 of them. One of them is the Moscow one, and the other one is Sochi. I don't have there's no other ones available. I want some airports on the east side of Russia, but I can't find any. I cannot find any. So yeah, I've already bought it. So check it out, EM. Check it out on the channel. Check it out on the channel. I'll do more flights there. I have to put it to purchase to good use. Okay, our top of descent is going to be right here. So as you can tell, top of descent is coming up really quickly here. And our Final descent altitude, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be... Final descent altitude is this waypoint right here. And it's 4,400 feet. Now, I know this is wrong. I know this is wrong. We need to go down to 4,000 feet if we have any hope of catching Queenstown. I know that. Because I've flown into Queenstown so many times, I need to put it on 4,000 to have a hope of landing comfortably into Queenstown there. Okay, so we're going to set 4,000 as our final altitude as we come to top of descent, which is in about 11 nautical miles only. All right, so it should show up soon. Yeah, that's very, very short. Yeah, that's very short. All right, cool. Cool. Let's go down to 4,000 feet. There we go. Activate it once we come to top of descent. It says 20 nautical miles here according to the display. Big cargo company called Airbridge Cargo till their 747 was grounded due to political conversation. Ah, right, yeah. The political stuff. Luckily on this channel, I don't get into politics. This channel is a politics-free zone, so it's purely about aviation. So if there's something happening aviation-wise in whichever country, I'm happy to go there. I am not interested in politics. Obviously, it does affect the views and people have stuff to say all the time, but, you know, don't really care. It's about aviation, not about politics for me. So, yeah, okay, Airbridge Cargo. I'll check that out. I'll check that out in Moscow. Check it out. Okay. Also, I want to fly the Antonov 225. I need to fly that. I've bought it. I've never done a video or flight with it. It's so complicated. I need to learn it first, though. I want to do that. Same with the Just Flight Avro Vulcan. The Avro Vulcan. There we go. That's more like it's 16 nautical miles. That makes more sense. Avro Vulcan is a brilliant one that I need to take a look at as well. The Avro Vulcan. I've bought it. Never done a video or flight with it because it's just so complicated. So. In Microsoft Flight Sim, there aren't any good 747s available, right? So I'll wait. There are no good 747s available in Microsoft Flight Sim. At least none that is study level, or at least decent enough for me, at least, in my opinion. I'm tired of flying these default aircrafts, man. I just want to fly the good stuff, you know what I mean? So I think I'll just wait for PMDG 747. X-Plane, on the other hand, has some of the best 747s. I've got a great collection of 747s to pick from. Although the best one is a classic, which I'm not a big fan of, the 747-200 from Felis. Is it 100 or 200 that's from Felis? I don't know. There are all the other 747s as well. You have 747-400. You also have the Dash 8 as well. 747-8 as well. Not, I shouldn't say Dash 8, but you get the point. I think those are also... Okay. We're coming up on top of descent. Getting ready for that. Let's see. What is it? What do we have? 6 nautical miles now. Brilliant. So I can do that. I can arm that in advance just in case. And that's it. That's all I'm doing. That is all I'm doing. Brilliant. Descent. There you go. We're descending a little quicker than we should, aren't we? I don't know. I don't know. Let me check. 323, 262, 250 at Allbook, 185 at Letpo, 160 at Gusais, 132 at QN52. Okay, that's fine. 128 is the landing speed. That is all fine. I think we're alright. Let's just do it in a managed manner here. Hopefully we make it. I'm not so sure whether we will because the runway is right there. We're at 23,000 feet and it's a rough one. It is a rough landing, this one. Rough approach. Looking good though. We don't have any frequencies to tune into our navigation radio today because it is an RNAV approach into Queenstown, which means we need to worry about visibility. But as you know, here in Fla Danube, even if the visibility is poor, we're not cancelling the approach. We try to get things done, even if it might not exactly be legal in the real world. There we go, we're descending quite well now. What a beautiful country to be flying over. Look at that. And that is the lake right there, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go here, we're going to come back around and we're going to come in like this. And Queenstown is right here. The airport is right behind this, if I'm not wrong. Or is it here? No, it's here. Seven for 7 8F is big like a hotel for long flights with all stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, especially the freighter variant, because they got some room left over for the staff. I'm pretty sure it's a fun ride, right? It's a fun ride. The A380 has a fantastic cabin now as well. That is something I'm looking forward to flying, but I need to go back to 2020 for that. Not a problem. Do that as well. Yeah, but the 787 definitely. Yeah, this is some beautiful stuff. 2024 is kind of ruining it for us with a little bit of texture loading issues, but that's okay. Where is Queenstown? Queenstown should be somewhere here. Queenstown is somewhere here. It's behind this rock. If I'm not mistaken, it's behind this. We'll find out. Anyway, just keep an eye on what's happening here. 18,000 feet and dropping. That is enough. We've got one more loop to perform. Okay. Let's see if we can find the airport here. Oh, there it is. We can see the airport. There's the runway. Right there. There is the runway. There's a second runway right there. That is Queenstown, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine landing into this while there's no visibility. And if you're wondering what it feels like, go check out my video where I fly the A321 into Queenstown. Not a good idea at all, but it was fun. It was fun. So if you want to check that out, please do check out that video on my channel where I try to land this A321 into Queenstown. It was real fun. Real fun. A very nice experience. And we had low visibility as well. Yeah, this is something that you got to be careful about while performing an RNAV approach. Look at that gorgeous airport, man. Look at it. Anyway, so let's get back in here. For now, we seem to be doing just fine at 15,000 feet. Our speed... Okay, so let me just give it a bit of slowing down help there because we really need it, apparently. So let me just give it a bit of help there to slow down. Okay, so we can continue descending as quickly as possible because I don't want to waste too much time. We're at 15,000 feet. We got a lot of altitude to lose here. We've got a lot of altitude to lose here. Okie dokie, there we go. Come on. Come on, good sir. We need to drop. Okay, there we go. That's much better. There we go. Come on. See what it's saying here. 14,000 feet in 7 nautical miles. That is all fine. I think we'll be all right. But we've got to be careful. Speed brake. Still on? Okay, that's fine. Okay, transition altitude has been reached. So let's go ahead and set the local pressure here, 1004 as expected. And our speed is dropping very, very rapidly here. It's supposed to be at 250 knots. I don't know why our speed is dropping any further. It should not drop any further. There we go, that's much better. Let's take a look at the other side as we make that turn. I hate these resolutions, man. They're ruining it for us. They're ruining it for us. Takes a while to load. Freaking 2024. We're way above the airport. We're gonna take a turn now and come back in here and turn around. We need to descend faster than this. I don't think we're gonna make it. At this rate, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, we need to... Okay, we're descending though, which is good. Okay, we seem to be doing all right. Okay, everything here is... I think it's okay for now. It's very hard to tell. It's a very interesting approach. At the same time, there are mountains that we need to clear as well. These are about 8,000 feet, if I'm not mistaken, that you need to maintain at least. And we are currently at 12. No, 17? What are we at? 12. 12, my bad. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and turn on these seatbelt signs here because it's a bumpy ride. It is a bumpy ride. I don't want anybody suing the airline. I'm gonna turn on our landing lights in advance as well. Our nose light too. I'm just gonna put it on taxi. Why not? Just gonna leave it on taxi. I don't really mind. Okay, there we go. I think we're still pretty much on track. Ground spoilers are armed, right? Yes, they are. Why isn't the thing telling us that it's armed? It's supposed to tell us. Okay, still 250 knots. That's fine. Still got about 20 nautical miles till we need to drop our speed down. Yeah, okay, so we're about to make that turn on to the lake there, and we don't have much time left. This is not accurate. We need to lose speed. I'm gonna leave this. We need to lose speed. 10,000 feet. 1 nautical mile, 5 nautical mile, 8 nautical miles. Okay. 3 nautical miles, 9,300 feet. Speed brake, yes, I know. I've put it on purpose. Put it back down. Okay. There we go. We're turning over the lake, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. That is beautiful. I should have used my joystick for this approach, instead of the controller. That was a terrible mistake on my part. I don't think Queenstown is something that I can do effectively with the controller, but let's see. Why the hell not? Okay, alright. Coming up. Let's see what we're doing here. Okay, we're still doing fine, and our speed is dropping now. 185. Let me just put down that speed brake to help us do that quickly. Yep, I don't want to go above like this, so speed brake is fully on, and I'm also going to drop the flaps as well now. Ooh. Slide over speed there, just waiting a little bit. Come on. That's good. Let's do it. Let's bring that flap down as well. Just slow this aircraft down. There is the 8,500 altitude restriction there. I'm surprised I remember all this. Okay, we're about to make that left turn. Come on. There we go. Speed brakes are out. Alright, EM. Alright, hopefully you'll be in time. See you soon. The approach, the landing is less than 5 minutes, I would say. Okay, so it's landing is less than 5, but we'll play replays, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, talking about replays, almost forgot. Sky Dolly. Got Sky Dolly running now, so we got replays. Okay, there we go. Still trying to catch up with that. And we got a clear shot of the runway right there. I could take manual control if I wanted to, which I will soon, by the way. Flaps 2. Flaps 2. Yeah, speed brake is on, I know. I know speed brake is on. Okay, there's Queenstown. Yeah, Queenstown is here. It's here. I see the runway. I think we're going to be okay. We got an altitude restriction there. All the lights are done and ready. If we go outside, we'll be able to drop the gear in just a little bit. Yeah, we'll drop the gear in just a bit. We're following an altitude restriction at the moment. It should pass us right now. There we go. Let's put our flaps down to full. Let's put our flaps down to full, ladies and gentlemen. We need to drop our gear. Yeah, we need to drop our gear. Here we go. Dropping gear. Descending. Go. Quick look out this side. Quick look out this side. Okay, taking forever for scenery to load, and we've got visual there. And I'm gonna go in now. All right. I think I'm going to disconnect autopilot and take control. Autopilot. My aircraft. There we go. Going in for a manual approach pretty much. I'm not following the guidelines here. I'm not following it. I'm supposed to be at 4,400 feet and I'm not there at all. This is what I mean. There's a little bit of an issue there. 4,100 feet constraint there. We'll be all right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Altitude constraint coming up. Come on, pass the constraint. Okay, constraint is gone. What do you mean altitude constraint at this rate? Okay, fuel low. Don't know why that came about. Okay, there we go. Constraint is gone, but that is crazy. To put a constraint there is crazy. I should have ignored the constraint. Why did it give me that constraint over there? This is a crazy one. Yeah, we're coming in fast, we're coming in high. Am I gonna go around? Absolutely not. I'm gonna make this landing. Why on earth was there an altitude constraint like that? I don't understand. Let's see if we can make this landing. Yeah, we can't make this landing. That altitude constraint screwed me.
200.
Okay, go around. Toga. Okay. We are going to go around. Okay, there we go. I don't know why there was an altitude constraint over there. I don't understand. Okay. Oh, my thrust lever is not working now. Oh, come on. My thrust lever is not working. I can't switch it. I can't. What's going on? Okay, there we go. Climb. There we go. I'll put the autopilot back on. Yep, there we go. A little bit of a control issue there, but we are back on go around. We are back in go around mode. Okay. Man, that sucks. The altitude constraint. Why is there a 4,000 foot altitude constraint there? I don't know. We're barely gonna miss those mountains now.
2,500.
What is the aircraft doing? I don't know what the aircraft is doing. There's something wrong with it. Something is terribly wrong with it. What is it doing? Look at it. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna take manual control and we're gonna hand fly this thing. Let me hand fly this thing. It always happens when I try to land into Queenstown. Let's go back around. Let's go back around. Stabilize the aircraft and go back around. I don't know what is wrong with this goddamn thing. Auto throttle. I'm gonna put the speed at 270. Okay, I'm gonna leave the speed at 270 and let's see if that works. Yeah, apparently it is working. All right, fine. Let me try and land this again. Passengers must be screaming right now, but anyway. Let me try and land this again. This time without following that stupid altitude constraint that has screwed me over so many times before. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn back in. I'm not going to follow any of this. I'm just going to turn back in. 8,500 feet, that is more than enough. I'm going to turn back in and then let's see if I can do the landing. Why can't I ever get this right? Okay, I'm just going to fly straight now. Yeah, I'm going to go to the left in a bit and we're going to go and land this thing. 9,000 feet, that is plenty enough. And I'm just going to flatten our aircraft out a little bit. There we go. Perfect. So there is Queenstown. So I'm gonna have to go straight, turn left again. That will bring us to where we want to be. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to say hold 9,000 feet. We're going to do that, and we're going to, yeah, that's fine as well. Perfect. Brilliant. Let's leave it like this. There we go, that's better. All right. Here's that damn airport. Every time, Queenstown, huh? Beautiful airport, but something isn't right. My nav, I think I know what it is. I think it's the fact that the nav data here is a little bit messed up, because every time when I fly, that 4,400 foot constraint, it's a lie. If you follow it, you'll never be able to land in. And I don't know why that is there. It's obviously an error. And this time, like an idiot, I followed it. I shouldn't have. I should not have. Okay, so let's go back in this time manually, ignoring all the constraints and whatnot along the way. We still got one more flight to do after this, at least, where I go on to Milford Sound. Let's see how this landing goes, man. I'll cut at the end here, right? So I'm going this way, then I gotta turn left, another left, and I'm back into Queenstown. Where's Queenstown? Check it out. Where is the airport? Where is the airport? We can't see it just yet. Okay. Alrighty. Ah, there it is. There's the airport. So we're gonna come in like this. Alright, that's fine. Luckily, we got good visibility today, at least for this region. It's good. So I'm at 9,500 feet. I'm gonna go down towards 9,000 feet, and I'm gonna bring that speed down to 235, and we're gonna turn it just a bit. Okay. We were obviously going too fast. We're under 10,000 feet and 270 knots, which is way too fast, but you know, nonetheless. Let's go back to Letpo here. I'm gonna go back to Letpo right here, and we're gonna follow it in pretty much, right? Is the heading mode working? What? Why is the heading mode not working now? What the heck is... This is why I hate default aircrafts. They don't work, man. They just don't. They do not work. I don't know why the heading mode is not working now. I have no idea. This is why I need to get my hands on the good stuff. Yeah, this aircraft is a little buggered. I don't understand it. But yeah. About to land it though. We're coming in. There we go. This is exactly where we were before. Just a little off to the right pretty much. So we're gonna come in here. Obviously the heading bug right now is not working. None of the modes are engaging. I don't know what the hell is up with this thing. Look at what the aircraft is doing. I don't know what its problem is. I'm gonna go down to 185 knots. Let's go down to 180 really. 185. I'm just gonna take manual control here because that is the only option that I'm seeing. Autopilot disengage. My bad. 8,300 feet. We're gonna make that turn. Let's drop that flap again. Make it go down to 180 knots. And there we go. Do me a favor. I'll put it on autopilot. Can you hold that altitude for me, for the love of God? Yeah, just hold that altitude. That's all you gotta do. Clearly the heading is buggered. Okay, what else? Yeah, we're looking all right. 185 knots. That is okay for now. Yeah, we might want to slow down a little bit in a bit. At the next turn, which is pretty much here, I'm gonna pass through this way and then we're gonna make a turn. When we make that turn, I'm gonna slow it down to 160. Then we're ready to drop the gear and make this landing. All right. If anyone's watching this, I want you to try this out in the default navigation data for 2024. Excuse me. Okay. One 60. Okay. Turning that aircraft in. Dropping altitude, dropping flaps. Gonna go ahead and drop the gear as well now. There we go, dropping the gear. Time to run sky dolly. Oh, we're already recording. All right. There we go. This time around, hopefully I won't stuff it up. Flaps down. Auto brake on medium. That armed. Everything else is pretty much configured for landing here. I'm not very good at go-arounds. I don't have a lot of practice with them. Bring down that speed to 138. There we go. This time around, it looks much better. Because we're not following the damn constraints. Okay, I'm just gonna scoot over to the right here to catch our actual, whatever is remaining of our actual RNAV approach. There we go. Looking much better. Looking much better. Then we'll turn it in. Brilliant. Queenstown. No matter how many times I do it, I managed to stuff it up. But that's why I love this place. Okay, descending steeply now. Trying to cut down towards 4,000 feet, at least around here. Is what I'm trying to do. Okay, fantastic. Got a little bit of wind there, not a little bit. We've got 20 knots of crosswind, basically. We've got 18 knots at the moment. It's just a crosswind. So this is going to be fascinating when we land it. Okay, trying to get to 4,000. Come on. Oh, the wind is increasing. It went up to 24 at one point. 22 now, 23. 24 knots. Almost 90 degrees to the aircraft's direction of travel. If not perfectly 90. Alrighty, this is fun. Okay, we're coming up on 4,400 here. This is where we're supposed to be. This is more like it. Well, this is more like it. Continuing that steep descent. We're gonna get the ground proximity warning. 2,500. Gear down. Flaps down. Lights ready. Ready to land. Auto brake. Ground spoilers. Armed. Copy. Brilliant. 3,000 feet, still too high. We're gonna get the GPWS any second. Is that a little bit of a marina there for the boats? There we go. Yeah, we're still coming in too high, huh? Yeah, I'm landing this time. I don't care what happens. I'm landing. Come on. Okay. Obviously, we're going to miss the touchdown zone, but that's okay. What do you mean reverse? How can it go into reverse? We're in the air.
200, 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, retired.
Touchdown. Oh my god.
5.
That is terrible. That is terrible. We're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. That is terrible. That is terrible. Okay, we're out. There goes that. That is just horrible. That is just horrible. What is this aircraft freaking doing? I don't know. It literally deployed the reverses in air. I don't understand. Okay, go around again, I guess, huh? Look at it. Look at it. What is this? What is this? It's stuck in reverse. And it says toga. I don't know. Okay. I did not know that it was this crap. It doesn't work. Oh my lord. This might have been the worst flight I've ever done. Does it work now? Okay, it's working now. Good lord. What is it doing? It's still in... I give up. I give up, man. I give up. I don't like this aircraft. What is it doing? Why is toga? I don't know what it's doing. There we go. I think I've got it sorted now. Come on, come down. It's auto throttle on. Okay, now it's working. Okay, so that is the second go around that I'm having with this goddamn aircraft. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me today. Oh, this sucks. We crashed too, so we're not gonna get any waypoints or any of that. That sucks. That is horrible. That is freaking horrible. I need to perform more. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn around and land in this direction. Because we gotta land this aircraft, right? I'm gonna turn off auto throttle. Hopefully okay, it's working. There we go. Yeah, just shut up, thank you. We're gonna go on with that. We're gonna go on with that. That all is fine. We're gonna put that on. We're gonna put that on max, no, on medium. And I'm just gonna go in and land. I'm gonna turn it around and land it. Okay, so let's go. Let us go. Why does it go into reverse in the middle of the air? What on earth is going on here? Overspeed there, gear down. We're gonna turn it back around. We're gonna make a very haphazard landing. Okay? So let's see how this goes. Queenstown, you always get the better of me. Okay, turning that aircraft around. There we go. Let's drop that flap. You guys should really check out my video on this. Oh, lordy. Okay, let's slow. Oh my god, stop reversing. Okay, there we go. Queenstown is somewhere in front of us. Okay, it's somewhere there. Flaps full. No, flaps 3 that. I have full control of the aircraft. Screw this autopilot. Screw whatever the hell this aircraft is trying to do here. I'm just going in manually. Just for reference, let me put this at 138. I'll do 35 now. There we go. Now we're gonna go in and land from the other side. Forget 2,500. We're literally gonna skim that mountain. Oh my god, the wind is so crazy. Okay. Let's see how this goes.
2,500.
Flights in Brazil. Flights in Brazil? Yeah, Brazil. Flights in Brazil. Thank you. Thank you, man. I stuffed up the landing twice now. Third attempt from the other side because I'm tired of this. And we crashed too. That's why the TCAS is on standby. I don't know why the hell that is. There we go. Okay. Plenty of wind. That's all over the place. Plenty of turbulence as well. But we're going to make this. I have to. I cannot leave whoever is watching this without a landing. And from here we need to head on towards Milford Sound as well. Hopefully that will be a much better flight than flying into Queenstown. It's everything is wrong with this flight. The aircraft, the nav data. But I just can't help myself. It's such a wonderful flight. Okay, going in manually. 50% throttle. I don't like this. The turbulence and the wind is just too much to manage. I don't like it. I'm not able to manage the auto throttle correctly either. I will not be using rudder input before touchdown because I have a feeling I'm gonna stuff it up if I do. Okay, still coming in way too high at the moment. Oh my gosh. The wind is not helping at all.
2,500.
2,500 feet. Still too high. Still too high. Okay. Descending like a madman at the moment. Speed dropping and increasing and fluctuating. Okay, I think I have it kind of under control now. I think we'll be able to pull it from here. Come on, give me a red light. That's all I want. We're all white. Give me a red. Oh, come on.
1,000.
Give me a red. There's a red. There we go. Give it a bit more of throttle there. Oh, that's beautiful though. Look at this area right before the runway. That is beautiful. Still a little high. Oh, come on. Good Lord. Still high now. Okay, this wind is making... It's so turbulent. Do you see the way how it's gusting all over the place?
300. 200.
200.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
What?
Retard. 10. 5. Retard.
Okay. We are down. Finally. Okay, I can't undo the reverses for some reason now. Today's flight has not been There we go. We're in. We're in. Not so great, but we're in. Let's find out how that landing replay went, man. That is not good. That is... Oh, that parking is... Okay, never mind. Parking is kind of taken, but I'm going to go this way. Okay. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Before I clean it up, let's go ahead and take a look at the landing replay. And then we'll see how it went. Let me turn on the APU for a second here. Before the landing replay. And finally, we'll get to see how we actually did. All right, let's go check it out. What the? Okay, there we go. First landing replay. Let's see how that went. Good lord. That was rough. I'm not gonna lie. That was rough. I was not. This is supposed to be a quick 30-minute flight. We've been at it 1 hour 40 minutes. That's beautiful though. Let's see. Floaty as all hell. I don't know what was wrong there. And gentle touchdown though. Obviously the reverses don't show up on replay, but that was a gentle touchdown finally. Some redemption after all this mucking around. Okay, let's see how... Let's see how this one went. Finally did it, guys. I finally did it. Good lord, I finally did it. There we go. That took a while. It definitely took a while, but we did it. Okay. Good. Let's check out some other views here. Let's check this view out. Okay. Brilliant. I'll take that any day for Queenstown. Let's check another view. Let's check this out. Inibuilds is very good on textures. But this aircraft is not my favorite at all. It's not. But I think it's okay though. It feels a bit more realistic. I'm trying to land. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's not the worst in the world. Again, like I called out, I did not do the rudder input before landing. Okay. Okay. What other view can we try, guys? I know. Let's try this one. That wind was nuts. Turbulence was crazy in this one. Beautiful area right before the runway though. Really, really nice. I wish the textures would load in properly a little faster though, but it's very, very nice.
200, 100, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard 10, 5. Retard.
I can't believe I landed a 777 here. I landed an A330 and a 777 into this. How did I do that? have no idea. If you want to check that out, it's on the channel, by the way. I have no idea how I managed to do that. Okay. Final 2 landing replays. Here we go. Let's check out this one first. It is beautiful, huh? But the LOD in 2024 is absolutely suckish. I mean, look at how good this slope looks, and look at how the rest of it looks like a wallpaper. That's not good. That just sucks. Anyway. Final landing replay. There we go. Final landing replay. There we go. There we go. That was good. That was pretty decent. Not too terrible. Okay. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed those landing replays. Let's now go ahead and shut down this aircraft. I'm going to go back into the menu. And we are going to go ahead and switch aircraft. That's what we're gonna do. We get all of that done. Strobe lights are off. That can come to there. That can come off. APU. I thought I turned on APU. Come on. Well, you did, but it didn't work. So I'm just gonna toggle GPU for the time being, just to make it easier for us. We're gonna turn that on. We're gonna shut down that. Okay, requesting deboarding. Requesting deboarding, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully the flaps are not going to travel, are they? Yeah, I forgot to put the flaps up. Yeah, I forgot to put the flaps up. I'm going to ignore that. We're going to ignore that. I'm not going to care too much about it, because this was exhausting. I'm not going to lie. This was very, very exhausting. Okay, this is a very, very exhausting flight, and I'm not worried at all. And that didn't happen. Okay, the flaps are still down, that's fine, I don't care. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed that flight into Queenstown from Dunedin. What we're going to do now is we are going to quit this. And we're going to go ahead and switch out our aircraft for a nice little Duke, and we're going to fly out from Queenstown right here, and we're going to go into the lovely little place called Milford Sound in New Zealand, which I absolutely adore. I've flown it a couple of times here on the channel, but I just can't help it but come back here. I need to nail Queenstown. I think I need to go ahead and buy the scenery for Queenstown, because this is EM, now lighter one, yes, we're gonna go and fly the Duke into Milford Sound. If you saw the thumbnail, that's what we're doing. That's how we're finishing this off, all right? Just for being on the safe side, I think I need to relaunch the simulator, right? Otherwise it might crash, or do we just give it a shot? You know what, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot, right? So we got our passengers who have had a very harrowing experience with multiple go around, but in the end a very smooth touchdown, go back into the bus. And yeah, I left my flaps down before you give me heat about it. I forgot to pull them back up after the replay, no issues. We're gonna go ahead and change out our aircraft now. Brilliant. So let's go ahead and do that right away. Shall we do that? End the flight. Brilliant. Now, only thing we need to do is we can come back into Queenstown and we need to get helicopter parking, ramp GA large. We have the fuel box here. Yeah, I'll keep it here. Let's fly the Duke. Ladies and gentlemen, the black square Duke, save and back. And that is the one that we are flying, not runway, right here. Please delete departure, set as departure. Not runway. Why does it say runway? Okay, I don't know. Let's find out if it works. Let's find out if it works, okay? Perfect. Let's change this. We are going from Queenstown, which is NZQN, to Milford Sound, which is NZMF. There we go. Perfect. We've changed that. And our alternate is actually going to be Quinton Lodge. Okay, I don't have that. Okay, I'm just going to leave the alternate for now. Okay, it seemed to have worked. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our beautiful Piston Duke. This is the factory Piston Duke. Over the past few days, I've been flying the Grand Duke, which is still a Piston Duke, but aftermarket modification. But now we've got the factory Piston Duke, which is a fantastic aircraft, and that's what we're taking to Milford Sound today. All right, okay. Without further delay, let's jump on in here. Let's get rid of all of this control locks and all of that. Bring up the tablet for a second here. Make sure everything outside is gone. What is the outside temperature? It is 15 degrees Celsius. I'm going to give it a bit of engine heater. Okay, I'm going to give it a bit of engine heating right there. Is the engine cold? 98% is the condition of the engines. Okay, that's good enough for me for now. Okay, that's all fine. All right, let's go to our payload. We got 170, 170, 80. I'm not going to move any of this. We got plenty of gas for that. What else do we need to do? That is fine, good sir. Do we need to do anything else here? Absolutely not. Okay, I'm going to put that away and we're ready to start up our little engine. Okay, let's do that. The heater is still going on. Okay. It's right here. Look at how good that is. Propane heater for the engines. We might need a pushback. We might literally need a pushback. Let me just put it here. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it here. Okay, good. Let's put that away. Actually, let me put that away. And let's get the engine started up. Okay. External power not required. Battery on. Let's get our pre-oilers up and running here. Let's start with the right engine. Pre-oiler running. Okay, needle jump. Waiting for a bit more oil pressure before we get this thing started up. There we go, that's much better. Let's get the fuel pumps running. Rev it up, there we go. We've got good rate of fuel flow there. Bring it back down. Time to start the engine. Fuel pump off there. Rev it up. There we go. Pre-oiler off. Left oiler. Okay. Good. Left fuel pump. Fuel flow good. Okay. Bring it down here. Okay, fuel boost pump off. Let's rev this up. There we go. Generators on, inverters on, master switch on, oiler off. Are the cowl flaps open? Tell me they're open. Yeah, they are. They're fine. Okay, might have done some damage with that start there, so we gotta go check that out in a second. We're gonna turn that on as well. Put that down as well. Pull on, that's correct. That is set. We don't need all of that set right there. Let's take a look at it. Let's see what condition the engines are in. No damage done to the engines. That's good. Engines are still warming up. What is our target here? We need to put it on auto heat to 21 degrees. No, what I want is 24 degrees. Okay. Auto heat to 24 degrees there. Intercooler and whatever. No, you know what? I'll leave it at 21. I'll leave it at 22. Leave it at 21. 21 is better. 21 degrees. It's a bit cold in there, but that's okay. And we'll leave it exactly the way how it is. It's pressurized. What is the cabin pressure at the moment? Cabin pressure, that's fine. That's all fine. Okay, great. Great. Fantastic. We're ready to go. Enter. That's fine. Let me put that back down. That's great. And we are ready to go. Stand by on the weather radar for the time being. Do we have any kind of transponder right here? Electric trim set. Let's go. Nav beacon. We should have turned that on before. My bad. Taxi lights on. Pitot heats. We'll wait for that. Windshield heat on. Prop heat. We'll wait for that. We'll leave them on later on during the flight. Okay, that sounds good. Sounds good. Let's go. Release parking brake. out we go. Okay. Which way are we going? I have no idea. Oh, there's no way to access the runway from here? Oh, good lord. Okay, no issues. We'll just turn it around. A New Zealand ATR. Okay, let's turn this thing around and let's get on out of here. I should have flown the Grand Duke, because this is gonna have performance issues now, isn't it? Now before we go anywhere, I'm just gonna hold short here. I did forget to do something here. Which is NZ. We need to go to MF. Come on, I hate this thing. Okay. There we go. So we're just going to use that as a rough guide to help us go towards NZMF, which is Milford Sound. Okay? Just a little bit of a rough guide. That's all it is. Brilliant. Brilliant. God, what is going on? Oh, sorry. My bad. If you guys are hearing some noise, it's because there's some construction going on. I apologize. But I don't think it's going to be too bad for you guys. Look at this thing. What the heck is going on here? Okay, whatever. Altitude reporting on. You know what? I'm just going to turn on the transponder. It's going to leave it on. 2000. That is fine. Let's get on out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Release parking brake. Release parking brake. And out we go. All right? Oh, look at that. There's a Virgin Atlantic waiting for us. Now, ideally for taxi, our mixture should be on lean, but I'm just going to go ahead here. All right. Flaps down. Lights. Let's put the lights correctly. Let's put the landing lights there. There we go. Let us turn around. And let's get on out of here, all right? Oh, gosh. Okay, taxi lights off. Let's take off. knots. Oh God, look at that. Oh my word. Gear up. That is some crosswind. That's crazy. That is crazy. Flaps up. I can't put the throttle down just yet. Wait. Okay, throttle down. RPM is still high. Can't do much about it. Cutting down on RPM. Mixture pulled. Yeah, that's looking much better. Landing lights off. Pitot heats on. Okay, fine. Alrighty. We're gonna fly out of this valley. That is some crazy stuff right there. Yeah, that is some crazy stuff right there. We're looking okay though. Yes, we are. There it is. Queenstown, everybody. What a crazy place to fly out of. I love this aircraft though, I must say. It's probably one of the best purchases I've had. It's so beautiful. I can't wait to try out the turbine Duke. Oh, don't you go. Don't you go away from me now. The wind is very strong. Okay. I'm gonna give it off to the autopilot for just a bit if it can hold on. I'll put the altitude up at 8,000. Heading up here. Okay. And the vertical speed is a little too much. That's how we're gonna keep it. Okay, all the fuel flow pressure and all of that stuff is looking good. Yeah, that's all looking good. Cutting the richness of the fuel. We're just trying to get out of this valley and then we'll turn towards Milford Sound. Looking good. Good but crazy. There we go. Beautiful. Look at the way how we're wobbling. It could fall off any second. It's not the kind of... Well, that was loud. I think all of that is registering. I think you guys can hear that construction going on, can't you? Sorry about that, but, you know. It's the best I can do for the time being. Let's head towards Milford Sound now. Alright, let's head directly for Milford Sound. Good. Let's enjoy some cinematic views as the aircraft is at 8,000 feet now. That's not nearly enough, so let's go up to 9 and hope that that's enough. You know what, let's go towards 10. Let's go towards 10. We're gonna switch that up and let's go up slightly. There we go. Yeah, let's just continue climbing here. I can afford to give it just a bit more. There we go. Let's enjoy some cinematic views now. Okay, I need to find out what's going on here. We're getting battered by some winds. Give me a little bit of a scare there. We're getting battered by some winds. Nothing too terrible though. Yeah, nothing too terrible. Oh. You know what? I need to set up a good view later on for this aircraft, but nothing too terrible. Can't open that, can we? Not at this speeds, I don't think so. Altitude alert. Copy that. Okay, we can pull that mixture back. Pull it back even more. There we go, 10,000 feet. Now we should be comfortable flying towards Milford Sound. And what is in the message? Set course to 275 degrees. 275 degrees. We're flying basically at 275. We're just flying a little parallel to it. Flying parallel so we can swoop in like this and make that landing. That's why I'm flying parallel to Milford Sound. It's a bit way away. We can also turn on our weather radar. Let's do that. Leave it on. Since it's New Zealand, we shall leave it on. Let's take a quick gander around. Look at how beautiful this aircraft is, man. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? Let's take a quick look around. Let me just remove that for you guys there. Let's take a quick look around this beautiful aircraft. Look at it. Control 2. Beautiful. Control 3 right in the middle. It's very nice. Low thrust detector. I don't know what that is. Okay. Panel there. Panel on the other side. Panel on this side. Panel on this side, panel on that side, panel on this side, panel on this side. These are all great views. 4 is here, 5 is here. Okay, it's not so bad. 6 is there, 7 is here, 8 is here, 9 is here. 0 is just an obvious. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Overview. It's beautiful, huh? It's so cool that you can fly just using this display. Oh, whoa. We are taking a bump. We are taking a bump, ladies and gentlemen. We just dropped 300 feet. It's funny that we can fly just using these instruments right here. The 6-pack is all we need to fly, effectively, right? Although, in all fairness, it's not possible to take off or land accurately just using that, you know what I mean? So to land and take off, you pretty much need your... Well, these days with that virtual display thing over there, you could probably do that too. Anyway, let's take a quick gander. Beautiful. Isn't it? Isn't it lovely? Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Let's take a little bit of a cinematic gander at that. That's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Yeah, it's a good thing that we gave ourselves 10,000 feet because yeah, it's a bit bumpy, and we have a lot of turbulence. So, oof! Look at this. Goodness me. We need to adjust our course just a little bit so we fly more directly. Oh, there we go. Look at that. The autopilot is having a hard time. I mean, I would have a hard time. It is so turbulent in this place. It is so turbulent. That is crazy. That is crazy. We can't enjoy cinematic for too long in this one because we got too much turbulence. It's not a good idea to be flying autopilot, and we still need a little bit more headroom. But here we are. Here we are in typical fly the noob fashion, throwing caution out the window. Okay, it's making a bunch of views here. Let's quickly check out the cabin here. The cabin in this aircraft is absolutely beautiful. Look at it, man. It's so good. That is a good cabin. Come on. I don't know. Okay, maybe I'm a bit more inclined towards retro colors and retro fashion, but that is a good cabin. I love this cabin. Look at it. Just look at it. Beautiful stuff. Look at that finish on there. It's wonderful, man. I love it. I love it. Okay. Continuing on to Milford Sound. Not much longer now, if I'm being honest. There isn't much longer towards our destination. So I'm just saving some views, quite frankly. Just saving a couple of views for us to enjoy the landing replay with as we come in. I'm not sure exactly how much of it to show like this, or should we go up a little bit? Yeah, I think up is the way to go. There's some horrendous hooting there. All right. Brilliant. Brilliant. Excellent. Still going on towards Milford Sound here. We're going to have to take manual control of this. So that right there is the infamous Quinton Lodge, at least for me. It's a very difficult little airstrip to land into. And I love challenging myself trying to land in there. It's too difficult. It is so difficult. Very few aircrafts can do it. This Piston Duke can't do it. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not too sure if I can manage it after a million tries, but for now I don't see a chance. Okay. Oof, we are suffering. Good lord. Don't know how this autopilot is holding on to this as we break through these clouds. I can't switch to cinematic because we might need to take control any second because of the way how turbulent it is. Fun little flight though, eh? We've been streaming for just over 2 hours 21 minutes, which isn't too bad. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Ooh, we are pitching down there. I can see that. And saved once again. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous place. Quinton Lodge up ahead. It's actually on the other side of this mountain range here. Somewhere in between towards that side is Quinton Lodge. So yeah. It'll be fun to see. The second we arrive at Quinton Lodge, more or less, we need to take manual control of this aircraft. And we need to fly into Milford Sound and make that beautiful landing. So we are literally about, I don't know, a minute away from taking manual control, not much longer. We'll approach Milford Sound from the Bay Area. That's what we'll do. Forget what this bay is called, though. I don't know what the Bay Area is called. It's like a little inlet for the ocean. I think it's a basin where the river drains out. I'm not so sure. It's really cool. This has quickly become one of my favorite GA aircrafts. The Piston Duke, so much fun. Oh, that was a bump. Oh yeah, we just got tossed up 200 feet. This is going to be a very interesting landing into Milford Sound. Okay, there is Quinton Lodge. We're coming up on it. I think I underestimated how much. Arriving at waypoint. Okay, we gotta go the other way around. That's all it is. Okay. Time for me to take manual control. Ladies and gentlemen, taking manual control right now. Autopilot off, my aircraft. Throttle to 50%. And down we go. Oh, no. Cannot drop like that, come on. Going very, very fast. Very, very fast. I need to drop our throttle even more. 8,800 feet. Trying to break through these clouds first. A lot of speed on our sides. Sorry. Let's go down to 6,000 feet more or less. And keep that ready. On the verge of overspeeding here. Oh lordy. This is a bumpy ride. Okay. Let's turn. That is the gear horn there. Let's make a steep turn there. Try not to crash into the face of that mountain. Okay, altitude alert coming up on 6,000 feet. Okay, don't crash. Don't crash into the face of that mountain. There we go. Not much clearance there, but we're all right. Oh my lordy. The wind is crazy. Okay, the wind is too hard. It's too much. I cannot handle this wind. It's just way too much for our aircraft. I need to escape into the bay area as quickly as possible. This is a bad idea trying to fly through the valleys. Let me go full throttle. Let's get the hell out of here. This is too much. I need to escape into that little thing right here, and then we can fly into Milford Sound. But coming through the mountains is a bad idea. The wind is too much. I can't handle it. I cannot handle this. This is... oh my word. Okay, I need to escape. Come on. Come on. Don't drop altitude. Whatever you do, do not lose altitude right now. Go to the side. Don't hit into that. Come on. Okay, there we go. That's good. Now we can try and make a left turn to make a break for it. Can we make the turn though is the question. Okay, we can make the turn. Alright, now our fate depends on whether or not we can clear this mountain. And yes, we can. Okay, thank God. There we go. We'll be out of here. Brilliant. Okay, that is a hairy flight, but we're only able to do this because it's a Piston Duke, trust me. I need to go easy on the manifold pressure there. Otherwise the engine's not going to like it. There we go. We can see the water is inside. That's brilliant. Did we hit anything? No, we didn't. That was just a bump. Great. Brilliant. Fantastic. Great. Now we're going to fly in right here. And we're going to find ourselves in Milford Sound in no time. So while I still can, let me get Sky Dolly running for us. So we can have landing replay. And that is done. And away we go to Milford Sound, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Good. There we go. Now we can safely begin our descent and we can fly into Milford Sound. There we go. Be a little bit careful now because we're not losing speed well enough. Can put our mixture to rich, RPMs high because we're about to land. Yep, the gear horn is going on right now, I understand, but we need to lose speed somehow. So yeah. Gonna let that ring out for some time. Coming up on Milford Sound. Landing gear down. Hopefully that helps us slow down there. There is Milford Sound ahead of us. You can see it. There we go. Flap down. Flap down. Engine up to 50. Oof. Why is the trim so bad? There we go. That's much better. That is much better. Here we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming in gently now to land here. The trim was all over the place there, but we're good now. Can actually turn off the pitch trim now. We don't need it. Turn those on. Turn that on as well. I'm not going to turn on the fuel pump, although ideally I would. There is Milford Sound ahead of us. I only know this so well because I've flown in here so many times, but that is Milford Sound. I know you guys probably wondering what on earth I'm talking about. It's right here. That is Milford Sound right there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Let's go in. Let's see how this turns out. Oh my goodness, it's worse than I remember. I have not practiced this in a long time. Cut down on that throttle there. Oh my word, that is terrible. Okay, let's see if I can make it. There's a little wiggle we need to do through the trees here. Okay. Okay, come on. Don't be shy now. Okay. All right. Welcome to Milford Sound. Welcome to Milford Sound. There used to be a glitch where if you use the taxiway over there on the right, your aircraft will crash. So I'm not going to take the risk. I'm going to go in and park this aircraft first. We go ahead and park this aircraft first. For taxiing, we can use slightly lower there. Need to keep our engine RPMs above 1,000. Okay, landing lights can go off, taxi light can remain on, that can go like this, and pitot heats can come off, that can come off. Okay, brilliant. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Milford Sound. Handcrafted airport here in MSFS by default, both 2020 and 2024. Let me just park into my favorite parking spot here before we take a look at the landing replay. All right, so I'm just gonna call it here. There we go. Just gonna put our flight right here. It's probably not the way you should park it, but I'm gonna leave it right here. And let's go ahead and take a look at our landing replay. Hope you guys enjoyed that flight because that was fun for me. That was a lot of fun for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. All right, let's check out these landing replays. Let's go. Very nice. Very, very nice. Let's check that out again. Let's check it out from this view. All right. Okay. Give this a shot and then we'll have a couple more replays from the inside of the aircraft. A few more. The engine sounds different depending on the conditions. That's how good this aircraft is. Absolutely brilliant. I can hear the difference from the last time I flew this thing. It's beautiful. Obviously we're flying in much colder conditions than the last time I flew it, and it's brilliant. It is brilliant. Okay, let's talk about this view right here. How about this one? What a beautiful place. Alrighty. Let's check out 2 more landing replays. Yeah, let's check out 2 more landing replays and then we'll call it. Are these two the same view? They're not, right? But they are? Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense indeed. I want this view to be this one, right? Yeah. That's what I need right here. This is supposed to be Alt 7. Okay. Just play this one for now. That'll be our last landing replay for today. For this flight at least. Let me see if anyone's in the chat, then I might consider doing one more little flight. Oh, that's beautiful. That is gorgeous. Look at how beautiful that place is, man. Damn. Alrighty. Let us now continue on to where we left the aircraft and we'll shut it down. Don't think there's anybody in the chat. No, sir. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and shut this aircraft down. Okay, to do that, we're gonna pull that down. There we go. We're gonna pull that down and feather it. We've requested feathering. Is feathering actually going to happen? I don't see the propellers feathering. Feather, mate. Why won't you feather? Are you not going to feather? I don't know how the feathering on this works, so I have no idea. But anyway, there we go, that's done. Cut that out, cut that out, cut that out. We're gonna cut out all the lights there. Off, 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 panel lights off, that off. We're going to release the pressure there and put it back in. Cabin air. Put that, these are all off. That's off. And we should have probably tried to feather it. Wait. If we run the pre-oiler, I believe we'll be able to feather the propeller. No, apparently not. Okay, whatever. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to close up the cowl flaps there. There we go. Everything is off. Fuel selectors off. Fuel selectors. Control 9. There we go. And I'm going to turn that off too. Brilliant. Okay. Cabin's fine. Engine conditions are still exactly the way it was at startup, which means I didn't do any damage. 98%, 98%. That's fantastic. That is all good. Let me go outside and put the pitot covers, engine covers, and all of that. Let me also put that as well. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think this thing has openable doors. Openable doors. Okay. Let's go here, but we can open this. There we go. There we go. Oh, wait, hold on. We can also open this up. Okay. There we go. All right. I can share your stream in a Kick community to help hit 1,500 followers, 700 viewers, and earn 1,000 per stream. Add me on Discord if you're interested. No thanks, mate. Thank you for the offer. But no thanks, man. I don't understand. I get a lot of these messages on Kick and Twitch. But, yeah, no thanks. Anyway. Here we go. Beautiful, 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 right? Looking absolutely fantastic. Got the doors open here. And I hope you guys enjoyed that live stream just as much as I did, making our way from Dunedin in New Zealand. Obviously, we're still in New Zealand, but making our way from Dunedin to Queenstown and then from Queenstown to Milford Sound. Hope you guys enjoyed that little flight. Especially all the go-arounds we had to do, unfortunately. But I hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys had a good time. Thank you so much, EM, as usual. Is it just EM today who tuned in? Yeah. I did get a follow from someone called Previous2, I believe. And Jessica, I don't know. But you guys seem to be advertising services on there that I'm not interested. But anyway, thank you so much, EM, for tuning in to my live stream, keeping it lively. I appreciate you, man. I really, really do. Thank you so much. And look at how beautiful this is. Look at how beautiful this is. With that, I hope to catch you guys in the next stream, next video. Check out my tutorials, my crazy flights, my stunt flights, and feel free to chime into the comment section at any time with any kind of suggestions. Thank you so much once again, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, good day to you, all of you. Oh, there's a floating ship there. That's an eyesore. Until then, take care and bye-bye.